Ever wanted to understand bees, beekeeping, how to care for them, keep them, and even harvest your own honey? Well, today we're diving into the book Bees, Beekeeping, and Honey by W.J Gojmerac, a book that breaks down absolutely everything you need to know about honeybees and the essentials of beekeeping. And we're going to dive into this book right now. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Bees Are Funny, and today we're diving into the book Bees, Beekeeping, and Honey, a must for the beekeeper, the nature lover, and the curious. Now, before we dive into this book, let's talk about the author and the publication itself. W.J Gojmerac was a professor in entomology with a deep passion for bees and beekeeping. He spent years researching and sharing his knowledge through books and also studies. Now, his passion for honeybees made this book a valuable resource for both beginners and experienced beekeepers. This particular book was published in 1978 by Tudor Press based in Toronto, Canada. The cover is soft with a dimension of 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. The cover features a bee on a flower and a honey jar, perfectly capturing the essence of beekeeping. Now, let's dive into the book. The preface of this book explains why Gojmerac wrote it, to help people understand the world of beekeeping. Whether you are a beginner or already know a little bit about bees, this book gives you the knowledge and the techniques needed to start your own hive. It's both educational and practical, making it a valuable resource for anyone interested in bees. Now let's dive into chapter 1. In this first chapter, it basically introduces the honeybee's place in the insect world. To summarize this section for you, the bee belongs in the order Hymenoptera and the genus called Apis mellifera. Hymenoptera meaning that is closely related to wasps and ants, and Apis mellifera, it's a Latin word, and Apis means bee and mellifera means honey carrying. It also talks about that within the species Apis mellifera, there are 3 general races, depending on the geographic origin of the bee. So the 3 general races are Oriental, European, and African. Now, those 3 races, they're also subdivided into other different races that you will also be able to find in the book. Humans have been keeping bees for thousands of years. This section of the book takes us through the history of beekeeping, from ancient Egypt, where honey was used as medicine, to early European beekeepers, which kept hives in hollow logs. Now, this section also explores how modern beekeeping develops, especially with the invention of the Langstroth hive, which allowed beekeepers to manage hives more efficiently. A beehive functions like a well-organized society. In this second chapter, it talks about the 3 members of the colony and their role: the worker, the drone, and the queen. Now, it also dives deeper into how the bees function as a unit, for example, like a swarm, and what the worker bee does in the hive. Now, I did make 2 videos that talk about those 2 topics. So one of them is how to distinguish the drone, the worker, and the queen and their roles. And also the other one talks about the worker bee's life in the colony. So if you're interested, go and check out those videos. Now, another thing that chapter 2 has is 2 tables. One of them, it talks about the mineral constituents of honey, and the second one is about the development and activities of honeybees. So, how do you get started in beekeeping? Well, chapter 3 gives you the step-by-step instructions on how to get started. It covers choosing the right location, placing the hive somewhere where it will get enough sunlight and will be safe from predators, hive equipment such as hive boxes, frames, smokers, bee suits, the basic tools, and bee feeding, supplementing with sugar syrup and pollen supplement whenever nectar and pollen sources are lacking. One of the most useful parts in this chapter is that it explains the seasonal beekeeping tasks month by month. Basically, in the springtime, it is where the bees, they'll start to grow, and where the beekeeper will do a hive inspection, checking the queen's health, the colony's health, and checking if the queen is laying eggs properly. Summertime, it is where the bees are busy making honey. The beekeeper will watch out for swarms and check on pests. Fall time, it is the harvesting season, and where the beekeeper will, at the end of the fall season, they'll start to prepare the colony for the winter by reducing the entrance and feeding the bees if needed. And finally, the winter time, where the bees will be clustered for warmth and where the beekeeper has a few months of break to repair or build any new equipment and prepare for next year's beekeeping. Now keep in mind, this will all vary depending on where you live. This chapter explains the chemistry behind nectar transformation. Basically, honeybees, they'll collect nectar and store it in their honey sac or crop, mix it with enzymes, and later, once they're in the hive, they'll actually drop the water content of the nectar, turning it into honey. But honey isn't the only thing that bees produce. In this chapter, it also talks about pollen, a natural protein source for bees and also humans as well. Propolis, which is a sticky resin that is used to seal cracks in the hive and has antibacterial properties. Royal jelly, a nutrient substance that is fed to larvae that are designated to be queens. Also, larvae that isn't designated to be queens up to the 3-day mark. And especially, it is fed to the queen. Finally, beeswax, which is used to make candles, lip balms, soaps, basically anything, also even polish furniture. In chapter 4, it also explains that the nectar produced by different plants, such as clover, wildflowers, and fruity blossoms, directly affect the flavor, the color, and the aroma of the honey. Detailed charts are also included showing examples of these nectar-producing plants and how each one contributes unique qualities to the final product. The chapter also dives into the characteristics of honey, discussing the natural sweetness and even its antibacterial properties. It offers practical advice on handling honey, from proper extractions and filtering methods to safe storage techniques that help preserve its quality. Additionally, various types of honey are outlined with charts that compare light, mild honeys to darker, more robust varieties, making it easier for readers to appreciate the subtle differences. This chapter provides clear visual examples that help both beginners and experienced beekeepers understand and manage their hive production. Chapter 5 covers the special beekeeping services with a major focus on pollination and queen rearing, two crucial aspects of modern beekeeping. In this chapter, it explains how to manage colonies for effective pollination and also keep bees strong for this important job. It also covers queen rearing, a process that is used to breed and replace queens to maintain healthy hives. Now, this chapter, it provides practical steps for both of these services, making it a valuable resource for beekeepers. Unfortunately, bees have many dangers, and in this chapter, it explains what the beekeeper must watch out for. Now, keep in mind, this also depends on the location that you're at, but some of them are mammals, such as bears, skunks, and mice, diseases such as nosema and bacterial infections. For an example, could be African and European foul brood, also sac brood and chalk brood. Then comes the wax moth, which basically is a bug that lays eggs between the crevices of the hive, and eventually they will start to eat the larvae. Insecticides, which is one of the biggest threats to bee population today. And finally, this one, it kind of varies depending on your location. It's Africanized bees. It is a more aggressive hybrid that presents new challenges to beekeepers. However, they do produce high quantities of honey. Now, in that chapter, it has a chart that lists the different bacterial infections and how to identify them as well. Chapter 7 focuses on watching bees work through an observation hive, which allows beekeepers and bee enthusiasts to study the hive up close without disturbing the colony. It also covers step-by-step procedures to guide beekeepers when setting up the hive and introducing the bees safely. It also explains how to operate and build an observation hive, covering the important factors like construction and location, ensuring the hive is well ventilated, placed in a shaded area, and positioned for easy viewing. It then details installation methods, whether transferring bees from an existing colony or starting fresh with packaged bees. Finally, it covers maintenance during summer and fall, emphasizing regular inspections to check for health, food supply, and hive strength. This chapter is perfect for those who want to observe bees' behavior up close and learn more about their daily activities. To make this book even more useful, it also has a reference section filled with expert source on beekeeping, honey production, and bee biology. They provide deeper insights for those who want to expand their knowledge beyond what's covered in this book. It also has an index section, which helps to quickly find specific topics. Whether you're looking for information on hive maintenance, honey types, or bee behavior, the index makes it easier to locate those key details. Overall, Bees, Beekeeping, and Honey is a very well organized and informative guide, perfect for both beginner and experienced beekeepers or just bee enthusiasts. Whether you're looking to start your own colony or are just interested and want to learn more about these incredible creatures, this book is packed with that valuable information. And without further ado, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a bit or two in this book review, and I will be leaving the link of this book in the description box below if you're interested, and also you can get your hands on it. Share this video with your friends and family, leave a like, and also comment down below if you have any questions regarding this video, any beekeeping topics or book reviews that you want me to cover. And finally, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and also click on the bell so that you will be notified every single time a new video has been uploaded. My name is Malvi, and this is Bees Are Funny. Till next time.